Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's Luke with Owls TV. I got a very special episode today. Where I am going to be reviewing THC-O. And as you can see, unlike a lot of other cannabinoids, this one is very, very liquidy. Sean, what's the opposite of viscosity? Of heavy, thicky, thick? Thick is very viscous. What's the opposite to viscous? Runny? I feel like runny is such a... Runny, I'm gonna use runny or liquidy, but I feel like when you're thinking of like, this is a viscous and it's a very viscous compound, and then you're like, and this one's runny over here. I feel like there's gotta be some better name. There's gotta be a better name for it. But yes, it is quite water-like. This is at room temperature. So it is definitely something very unique. And so the first thing I want to say here is that it is new. So I am very apprehensive about a lot of these new cannabinoids because there's not a lot of testing that is done. There's certainly not a lot of research. And any of the previous research that has been done on THC acetate is Delta 9 THC acetate and not Delta 8 THC acetate. So I'm going to give you, I'll actually just start first and then I'll read through it. I haven't smoked or utilized any cannabinoids probably all week. So I had tried this briefly and I didn't really get much from it. So I said I'd take a little bit of a tolerance break and see if this what the cause and effects were. It's meant to be faster hitting, but then in the same way, it's sort of funny because some people are talking about the fact that like in 30 minutes after they get this unique feeling that is almost like an edible. Some people say it's 3 times the power of Delta 9. I doubt that hugely because guess what? It's not Delta 9. We're not talking it. We're talking about Delta 8. So there's a lot of disinformation going out there. I'm trying my best to cut through it. Let me just read you out some information on it. Let's just see here. THC acetate ester, this is all from Wikipedia, can reportedly be synthesized from THC or THCA. The acylation of THC does not change the properties of the compound to the same extent as with other acetate esters. So basically what that is saying to you is that basically what we have here is if you have THC, this is still Delta 8 THC. There's only a couple of minor tweaks to it that has now increased how it crosses the blood-brain barrier. And so that's what I'm saying is that it's often meant to be faster acting, but it is definitely something that is not really fully understood yet. And so each and every one of you need to make the decision of what you like and what risks you're willing to take with some of these new compounds. Now, this all came pesticide-free, heavy metal-free, solvent-free, and there's actually a minuscule amount of, very minuscule, like parts per billion of a little bit of acetone left in it, but we're talking like nothing. And so the other thing is that all we have is a peak on this. We don't really know, like, hey, is this 99%? Is it 98%? Is it 90%? We've been told it should be around like 92 or 3, but we don't actually have that data to support that. So again, I want you, anybody who's saying like, hey, this here is like 90% is lying. Is lying. They're lying. They don't know. So let's see what else we got on this. You know what? I'm going to take this dab first. I'm going to do this because we're getting into it and I'm going to be reading and it's going to be to the end. So first things first, I'm just going to take a little bit here and look at this. Look at this stuff. It's so cool. It's so cool and runny, huh? Clarity's good. Yeah, clarity's good. So, and I got my good old honey badger here, if you don't know what this is, or the nectar collector. And this is probably my most preferred way of dabbing if I'm going to be dabbing. And really simply put, it's like no torches, no nothing. And I push the button. You can see it's already heating up. And you know what? I've had so much. You know, it's fine. Okay. I'm gonna be a quick clean, right? You gotta clean your stuff, right? You gotta clean your stuff. Don't just be using. No one likes an old bong hit, right? You gotta clean this stuff up. Okay, cool. And I mean, the other thing I'll say is the quality of this. Again, my preferred quartz coil. I hate to say this, but like I've had this thing for probably a year. I've never changed the tip. And it's amazing. It's really amazing, honestly. So let's get into it. And yeah, let's go. So first thing, as smooth as can be. As smooth, it's like it is unbelievably smooth. If you were to think about Delta 8 and how harsh it is on your lungs, this is incredibly smooth. Incredibly. All right, let's go for round 2. I'm joking. I'm sorry, that was bad. I'm joking. Shouldn't be playing like that. All right, let's get back to the show here, and we'll see how we're doing. I can almost feel something in the back of the head right now, but overall, I'm not really feeling much as of right now. Not really feeling much. With Delta 8, you definitely get that. You definitely get that like feeling behind the eyes, and right now, I mean, I don't even feel anything. So, and it's the funny thing is that people are often talking about something happening in like 20 to 30 minutes. So, I mean, this would be a pretty long video for waiting for that. So let's just see how long it takes, and I'm gonna do some reading for you of a little bit more about what it is. So, THC-O is the shortened name for THC-O acetate, also referred to as THC acetate or ATHC, not THC-A. So it can often be a little bit confusing, so just do your best. THC-O, I think, is just the most simplest, and we've never heard of O, so let's just keep it to THC-O. Now, while, let's see here, okay, let's see. So obviously, as you get it, at the end of THC-A, A stands for acid. A before THC stands for acetate. So acetate THC. The only major differences between ATH is from THC-O and just the, you know, it's really Delta 8 THC-O rather than just THC-O. But anyway, THC-O and THC, the main differences are is that you need to be in a lab to get this to where it is. That's the only thing. You need to be in a lab to get it there. So so basically, I don't even know what the reactions are or how they're doing it. It's basically you use acetic acid is one of the main compounds that's used, and you combine that with a base, and that will basically give you acetate, which is then, again, I'm not sure how it happens yet, but is then combined with the Delta 8 distillate, and that then turns into the THC-O. So, okay, what else do we got here? So, okay, so in addition to the acetate molecule, so apparently it makes it stronger. So when it makes it stronger, what does that mean? It really, what I believe it to mean is that it is, God, I'm losing my words here. it's more bioavailable is really what it means. Like I was talking to you before, is that there is the way in which it's processed, and I can almost feel it coming into my body a little bit more now. But mentally, I don't really feel anything. Like, there's no real head change at all. I definitely can feel a little bit coming into the body, and I have heard of people saying that it almost feels a little bit like smoking an edible. Not to get you too confused by that, but let's just see now. Okay, here we go. So cannabinoids like THC and CBD are lipids, which are fatty oils in their natural state. So as a consumable product, they are fat soluble, meaning they dissolve in oil. In your body, the dissolution of fats and oils undergoes slightly different processes than water-soluble substances like vitamins, or vitamins, as we say in America, and fiber. In simplest terms, there's an extra filtering step to pass into your bloodstream. So again, this is almost seemingly very similar to nano, but from what I'm gathering here is that it doesn't, and I haven't eaten this yet, so I need to try that. I'm just going, but really here is that it goes faster into your body, and so it's meant to be hitting you more. But I'm not getting that right now. I mean, some people are talking about maybe it's a delayed effect, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not really that impressed. Let's see here. The difference in those processes means that when it comes to cannabis consumption, less THC makes it to your bloodstream because of the extra filtering, and ultimately to your brain, where all the magic happens, right? Get it to your brain quicker, release all those other chemicals, endorphins, and then get the feelings. But water-soluble materials bypass the extra filtering step and pass directly into your bloodstream. That means more of the nutrient is available for use by your body. So, yeah, basically it's saying that it's not actually water soluble, but it's not actually water soluble, but let's just see here. Okay, so THC-O is strong. Hold on to your butts. Lab tests show, I'd love to see these lab tests that show this, that THC-O can be 300% stronger. So that's a 3x, right? Than regular THC. Yes. I don't believe that. And so basically you're adding the acetate molecule onto it. So that is what helps it in getting to the blood-brain barrier. It's similar to effectively what prodrugs are in the pharmaceutical industry, that effectively are faster acting and get through the blood-brain barrier. So basically people are talking about this being like the spiritual cannabinoid. Some even like the trip to LSD or mushrooms. Not seeming like that right now. One thing to note is that like edibles, you'll have to wait 20 to 30 minutes before you feel the effects of THC-O. This is because your body has to separate the acetate molecule from the THC molecule before it's sent to your brain. So maybe that's what's happening right now, because I am not feeling much. Like, sort of feeling something in my head that almost feels like a headache. So hopefully that's not it. Okay, let's see here right now. Oh yeah, so there's also stuff to do with the shelf life, because over time it is the THC acetate will begin to separate back into acetic acid, and so when you smell some of it, if it's not stored correctly over time, you will get this sort of almost like, and I smell it a little bit, almost like a vinegar nose to it. But again, that's when it's been released to the air. It's been left in sunlight. And so I do question the shelf life, right? If someone was to do this, and if someone was to be utilizing this, I would want to, like, by the time something is made, I would want to make sure that it was consumed in, like, I don't know, at least a month, I would say. So let's have a little look to see what else is going on. Smoothness is, oh my God, so good, right? Really, really good. In terms of its smoothness, it is something that is really good. So here, some people were saying, a calm, relaxed Catholic high at peace with the universe. So, so basically, sometimes when you get that vinegar smell, it's acetic acid that can sort of give you that nose to it. So let's see what else people are saying right now. So in combination, it seems like in combination with the cannabinoids, if you have a higher tolerance, this could be something that helps with sort of getting by that tolerance. So it gets into your bloodstream quicker, and it seems that a lot of people are using it for that. And let's hear about this. Another one here. So I dabbed probably around 0.5 to 0.1 gram of it, and had a slightly lemony flavor. I would say that this had little to no flavor at all. I felt a slight rush you get from dabbing anything, similar to dabbing some nice CBD. Didn't really notice much of an effect off the bat. That's where I'm at right now. About 20 minutes in, I started to feel great. I had a clear head buzz, but what I really noticed was a nice warming body buzz that almost similar to microdosing mushrooms about 30 to 40 minutes in. In the headspace increased. About 30 to 40 minutes in, the headspace increased, and I had a very cerebral effect in the dome, similar to a head buzz. I got a few grams from the guy to try out and been mixing it with wax to see what the high is that I like from it. You feel the wax instantly and keep on rising. So maybe combos are the best way here. My best way to describe THC-O is like smoking an edible. The effects are pretty similar, and the fact that it creeps up in 30 minutes after you dab it can help the case. Last night I said fuck it, and I took a big glob of wax and dipped it into a heaping scoop of acetate. I felt pretty nice off the dab. I felt pretty nice off the dab. I made a frozen pizza. Thanks for sharing that. By the time the pizza was done, I was obliterated. Okay, don't be so judgmental, Luke, before you read the full comment. Devoured the whole thing and had such a heavy couch lock, I had to fight myself to get up and brush my teeth. I'm not a big dude and I haven't been getting munchies off the dabs lately, but still had room for half a pint of Ben & Jerry's afterwards. Point is, THC-O when smoked is on its own is all right, but when you combine it with other cannabinoids, it does take it to the next level. I may have a low potency batch of D8 I'll be posting about to see what it's smoking on. So that's pretty cool, right? I think that's pretty informative. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely something new. The degradation of this leads me to believe that it's quite unstable. But in terms of unstable, I'm reading, like, I think as a business, you'd probably want to put a shelf life on it. But I mean, I've also been reading of people who actually utilize this over a year, right? So at the end of the day, who knows? But this is the thing, is that with any cannabinoid, especially these new ones, there isn't really that much research on them. So, I mean, to each their own, I suppose. I mean, would we suddenly do a full new line? I mean, I doubt it, right? I really doubt it. Unless it made sense, as I said, maybe we have one final line when there's more research that have really, what I think is like, you want to make sure that I was thinking about, like, just, I'm not even going to do it. I was thinking about nothing. I'm talking about vaccines. I'm not going to even go down that route with anybody right now. So what I was thinking of here is that you want to, it's important, right, that the more research is done. I sort of feel like stuff is beginning to come on now a little bit. Were we coming close to the 20 mark? We're over 20, guys. We just hit the 20 mark, so it should just be turning up right now. Which I sort of feel like, I mean, I'm feeling a little bit of a buzz, I would say. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so, I mean, talking about this, I mean, I just like to see a little bit more research, right? I mean, but I suppose if people want to try something, they want to do their own research, but I'm not fully sold on this. I mean, maybe it was maybe it's something to mix with other cannabinoids. I want to see how this looks in like a few weeks. I will say that I'm sort of feeling a buzz. I don't know though, really. I'm going to take a little bit more here, but I mean, God, I should have done a pre video and then like come back in like 25 minutes, but. Yo, what's up, Parliament? So here we are, probably like 45, maybe an hour later. Nothing crazy, you know, nothing crazy. I think it has its place. I mean, I would say very sativa. Well, not sativa, but like not much of a head change. Sort of like I don't know, a presence is probably the best way to put it. But you know, Sean was saying that I was repeating myself, so obviously there must have been something that was happening. But overall, I mean, not something that I'm super overjoyed with. Maybe for dabbing it could do mixed with some DA. I'll have to do that next. But yeah, THC-O, maybe THC-No. So I'll probably have to do a follow-up or something on this because... So the gang, you're going to be laughing at me here, but I was only realizing how lucid I have been feeling. And it's probably now 2 or 3 hours after I've taken everything, but that is probably the best way to describe it. So in terms of, I feel like I'm getting clear ideas, very... just like in terms of this business, in terms of owls, a lot of stuff, I feel like it's just flowing very nicely for me right now. And I would say that my 6 out of 10 has probably gone up to, God almighty, it could be a 9.5 out of 10 for this type of experience. The smoothness is there. I didn't even have terps. So I'm pretty impressed right now. We may have to make products like this. The smoothness though is so good. God, if you know anything about those D8 dabs, it's rough. The D8 dabs is rough. But this is definitely the smoothest smoke by far. Extremely smooth. Very, very, very impressed with the smoothness. Very impressed with the smoothness. Yeah, I think it's important that a lot of research. I mean, at least purify these compounds. We are doing our own work right now to start being able to purify all of our compounds to like 99%. So that would be better than I would feel at least better about that than about just not knowing, or something being like 70%, or and you're like, what the hell is that other what's that other 30? So minimizing the amount of the side reactions. But I'll tell you what, overall, I mean, I'm gonna like, what are we on right now, Sean? 20 minutes, you said? 25? So, I mean, I would be feeling, again, maybe it's just going to be like in 25 minutes or something, I'm going to be like, oh my God. But for people who are saying, like, this stuff, me personally, I prefer D8. I prefer D8 for a few reasons. One, it's been studied. Two, as of right now, I mean, we can make it. We haven't started looking into that yet, so we can make D8, and so we can monitor that whole entire process, and we don't have to buy it from somebody else. That's number two. Number three, so many people have already been making D8, and it has been in the market for an extremely long time. And, well, maybe not an extremely long time, but at least over a year now, and there doesn't seem to be anybody talking about any crazy reactions to it or anything like that. So I suppose I feel safer with Delta 8, and when it comes to something new, like something like this, never being studied, never even being looked at, there's no papers at all, I would ask, why would you... The only reason I feel that... The only reason, just like I'm doing right now, right? The only reason I'm doing it is because I'll try it to see what it's like, and at least allow you, if you look at me now and you say, oh, I'm not even going to bother now because that just didn't look, I don't know, you get it, right? So for me personally, like, I'm a D8 fan, and I don't have much of a use for this unless I was going to maybe do something with the viscosity. But as of right now, if I had the choice of D8 and this, I'd always do this. Unless maybe for dabbing. I would say that. Unless for dabbing, I might use this for dabbing. Because it is so smooth, and D8 just gives you those huge coughs. So, depending on what its use is, I haven't tried it in edibles. I mean, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. I'd use it if it wasn't there. I'd use it if D8 wasn't there. But overall, that's it. So... thank you for watching, and have more for you later. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this week's video. If you like the content and want to see more, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with every new video as they're released. And don't forget to leave a comment if you want to be entered into our weekly giveaway to get some Owls products. Congratulations to this week's winner. Please make sure to reach out to us on Instagram to claim your prize. Thanks again for watching, everybody. See you next week.